We made it to 300 subscribers. Hello everybody, welcome back. So today's video is a little bit different. As you can see, it is about my top tips on saving money. Now, if you haven't been on my channel before, I usually do cash stuffing videos and I am still doing those. I'm just making a little extra bonus video this week. So I have noticed there are some comments on some videos, not just my videos, like other people's videos, because I watch a lot of budgeting videos, and there are a lot of people who struggle with the idea of how to start saving money, that they're stuck behind debt, or they just really don't know where to begin, and they watch other people on YouTube saving their money and they're just very inspired by it, but they're too scared to start. So my first thing I would like to say is don't ever be scared. Like, just doesn't matter how big or how low your income is, you have the potential to save every dollar you can. So, my first tip is keep track of your spending. A lot of people will agree with me here when I say you need to keep track of your spending. Now, there is many ways you can do this, so I've just written down a few things here. So one of them is at the end of each month, you should draw up a list of everything you spent money on and then how much you've earned next to it, right? If you pay via debit card, then you can use your bank app to track all of your purchases and where all your money went to, and just write down how much you've spent and what it was spent on. Then you total it up at the bottom, how much you spent in the past month. Then you total up how much you've earned, and you need to make sure that you are not spending more than you earn. Now that is how you fall behind, and this is how many people lead to debt. It is because you're spending more than you're earning. How I do it, how I keep track, is I use cash envelopes. So if you have not watched any of my videos before, this is an example. I use binders. So this is one of the examples. This is my sinking funds binder, and basically you have little categories and you put money away each week into each category. Now, it's okay not to be perfect. You don't have to stick to what's in there. You can, borrow from other compartments, but this is really how I keep on track of all of my funds. There are many ways to do it. Some people make extra savings accounts in their bank accounts and they just go, okay, in my date night section, I only have $50 and that's what you spend, right? So the cash envelope system is a way that people can visualize their income and then how much they disperse it into different categories. But that's not the only method. There are so many different ways. So if you don't want to have cash, that's totally okay. You can do it completely online. Now, while you're keeping track of your spending, you need to stick to limits. So as I said before, if you only have $50 for a dinner date, don't go to a restaurant where the cheapest meal is $70, because every dollar you don't spend is a dollar you save. You really need to focus on what is important here, and if you know you can't afford something, why are you putting yourself in a situation where you think you may be peer pressured to do so? But just remember, you're human. It is okay. You don't have to 100% be perfect, because I know for a fact I am not. My second tip is planning your purchases. So I've met so many people in my life who just go, oh, I'm gonna get my hair done, and it's probably gonna be like $300. But I'm saying don't dig into your savings to get your hair done for $300 or $600 or however much it is. What I recommend is calculate how much it's going to be and when you need it by. So if you're going to a wedding, right? Say the wedding's in 1 month and the hair is gonna be $300. Don't just go get it done straight away. You know that wedding's coming up. You have a month to save for it. Put $75 a week aside every single week, and that way you're prepared and you can put more money aside for different categories each week. So don't wait until the moment and spend all that money in whole. Put it aside and then you have it, and you don't have to stress about where that money is going to be coming from. Second example is you need a new TV by Christmas time. Cool. All right. There's about 48 weeks until then. Now, just a quick easy calculation. Some of us aren't very math orientated. That's okay. So I'm just going to show you how I calculate how much to put aside each week. Say your TV is $1,000. You have 48 weeks until you need that TV. So you just divide 1,000 by 48, and that tells you how much money you need to put aside a week. $21 a week. Easy. Would you rather just dig into your savings account or your emergency fund and steal $1,000 from that? Or would you rather put aside $21 a week and then pay for that TV with a breeze? Now, Another example is if you plan your purchases yourself rather than taking out a finance plan with a company, saying you do a payment plan for that TV with a company and they're going to charge you $33 weekly. They also have interest rates, keep that in mind. So $33 a week sounds so much better than taking out $1,000 straight away, but you'll end up paying $1,584 for a TV that's only worth $1,000. Whereas if you put that money aside yourself, then you can save $584 and put that towards a different fund. Okay, maybe a holiday, maybe a house, maybe a car. So really, I really encourage planning your purchases. That is one thing that's definitely saved me. Reduce wastage and choosing your priorities. All right, I'm human, you're human, everybody likes new things. No one likes losing the money that comes from new things. So how do you make the most of your savings? Instead of impulsively buying a new pair of shoes for $200, take a minute and think, will you still love them tomorrow? Next week? Next month? How about next year? If not, then why are you even wasting your money on them? Of course we all need shoes on our feet, but choosing an overly glamorized product that wasn't made with better materials than the generic brand, or because everyone else has that pair, that does not make sense to me. Would you rather wear a $50 shoe with the same comfort than have an extra $150 in your savings? So what I like to do is I have a way of deciding if I want to buy something, and I think about how it's going to benefit my life. Coffee break. So before you purchase something, think about how it's going to benefit your life. Obviously you need to pay your bills, you need to buy food, all that sort of stuff. But anything that is not an important priority payment or something that you want but not need, okay? How is it going to benefit your life? $7 for a latte from Starbucks. I don't know how much it is where you live, but I'm in Australia, and every time I go there, I'm spending $15 just for my partner and I get one drink each. No, thank you. I'm going to make my own coffee, and I calculated it. It's less than $1 each cup of coffee I make. A drink from Starbucks is only going to give me 10 minutes of enjoyment. Yes, it feels amazing and I love the taste of it, but I'm going to forget about that experience. But I will look at my bank account later and go, oh my God, why did I do that? That really shouldn't have happened. I really regret that purchase. Every single time I buy coffee outside, I regret it. Of course, it is okay to treat yourself. I do love a good Starbucks. I do love a good Zarafas. I love the coffee club. I do love buying a nice coffee every now and then. But imagine 3 times a week you're buying a $7 drink. That's $21 a week, okay? Not too bad. But that's $1,092 a year. Now, if you are on top of your savings and you have a pretty good income, that may not be a lot of money to you, but to me that is massive. That is a massive chunk out of my paycheck every single year. So definitely really consider how much you want to spend outside. So just reduce overconsumption of overpriced goods. Is it really worth that much money? Just keep in mind, I'm not saying don't go out for coffee with your mates, but just don't let it happen so often that it affects your financial life negatively. So it's okay, definitely go out for coffee. Don't miss out on life. Don't miss out on really good experiences. You only have one life, okay? But you have every day to make the decision. Will you go buy it today? Eliminate debt. Now, before I continue, debt is okay. Most people you know are in debt right now, and that's completely okay. But eliminating that debt should be your goal. So I am personally halfway through a pharmacy degree. I have an uncompleted psychology degree, and I need to pay for both of those. So in Australia, we have something called a HECS debt. I don't know if it's the same all around the world. I've never been anywhere. I've just been here in Queensland. And so I have a debt, and my country is allowing me to pay it off once I'm fully qualified and I'm earning a certain amount. I get the opportunity to pay that off over time. But it's still a massive weight on my shoulders, and I would love it to go away. So my tip is to chip at it little by little and take power of your finances again. When you're in debt, you feel like your money isn't even your money just because of the fact you're still owing someone else money. I don't like it when people say, oh, you shouldn't be in debt, or don't do that, because it's life. Not everybody can just pay for something straight away. Definitely try and chip away at that and make sure you're making your way to being debt-free. And that can come under the same tip, as you can say, as setting goals. You want a new car by the end of the year? Save for it. Try and avoid financing it. If you put $200 a week aside for one whole year, that's $10,400. that is going to get you a pretty nice car. It's not going to be brand new, obviously, but it'll still be a nice secondhand car. So would you prefer having a $5,000 car and $100,000 in your bank, or a $100,000 car and $5,000 in your bank? So you really need to prioritize what's more important to you. If you want that $100,000 car, cool, go for it, but try not to finance it, because that car may only be worth 80 grand next year, but you're paying $150,000 because you're paying interest on top of it. Another goal is if you're wanting to save $1,000 a month, you just put $250 a week aside, or $34 aside a day. So you can have small goals or big goals. My goal this year is I want to save $10,000 by the end of the year to contribute to my house deposit savings fund. So I calculated it's about $190 a week will get me $10,000 by the end of the year. I may not reach that 100%, but at least I know it's a goal and I'm reaching for it, I'm aiming for it, and so far I haven't failed my goals. So just know that you're doing your best. Start small, work yourself up, and you'll get there as long as you don't give up. It's okay if I don't reach my goal within 1 year, but it would definitely be nice to. All right, one of my last tips on how to save money is meal prepping. I have no idea how people can buy food outside every single day. So just take a step back, empty your brain, and then just think about how much money you're losing when you're eating at a restaurant. Every time I see the price of how much a food is at a restaurant, my heart just aches. I cannot afford to spend $70 on a steak and chips when I could have bought the same ingredients for 20 bucks at the grocery store. I often find myself feeling tired. I will lose motivation to cook dinner. I will always think, okay, maybe I should go to McDonald's, maybe I should go to Hungry Jack's, maybe I should go to Taco Bell. That option's always there for me, but every time I do that, it adds up to about $30 each time because my fiance and I will go get dinner together. So saying if we do that twice a week, we get fast food twice a week. That's the most we'll spend, by the way. We don't go to fancy restaurants. The most expensive restaurant we go to is McDonald's. We'll be honest here. I am a university student, so is he. We're part-time workers. We do not have the money to go to fancy restaurants. Maybe once a year we'll go. But anyway, it adds up to about $30 each time we go to get fast food. If you do that twice a week, that's $60. Or if you do it twice a week for a whole year, $3,120 a year on fast food. Now that's not including coffee dates, that's not including movie dates, that's not including snacks or more expensive restaurants. That is the minimum we'll spend. So that really adds up each and every single time that you go and buy some fast food. We could do groceries with that $60 and would have 5 meals cooked a week for us too. That is way more economical. Would you rather 1 meal for $30 or 5 meals for $60? So this one is my goal, like my main goal to improve. I love eating out, I love getting burgers, I love getting the chips, I love it all. But I'm really trying to improve this part of my life. So anyway, I hope all of these tips have helped you visualize where you can start, like make small changes in your life. There's not many, I think, how many was there? So you've got to keep track of your spending, planning your purchases, reduce wastage and choosing your priorities, which is reducing overconsumption of overpriced goods, eliminating debt, set goals, and meal prepping. So that's about 6 main goals that I have listed here. Now, I do just want to show you something really quick. I'll just get this out of the way. Budget planners. Now, if you don't have a budget planner, I really encourage you to invest in one. So I bought this in 2021 from Kmart. This was just like $10 or so, and it's amazing. So I'm just going to show you a blank page. So this is a monthly/weekly spreadsheet of weekly goals, plans, and expenditures. So at the top here, you can write the date if you want to and your savings goals, doesn't matter. Up here, you have 3 little spots here. Now you can write your source of income. So you can write your work, you can write your side hustle, you can write government help, anything you like. Any income you get, you write it in here and you write your total income up here. Now all your expenses are divided here. You've got your bills and utilities, so you know your water, your rates, your rents, your mortgage, got transport and car, so any registration fees, any fuel you need to buy, any of that good stuff, you know, services. Then you've got your groceries. Then you have your entertainment, which is like movie dates, you know, theme parks, anything like that. Eating out, which is the fast food section. Shopping, so you know, when you're indulging a few new clothes, a few new shoes, a few new bits and bobs for your house. We've got the health. In Australia, we have something called Medicare, so I don't have to pay for doctor's appointments or when I go to the hospital. All of that's completely covered by the government, but dentist is not covered. Private health insurance costs money. If you're wanting private healthcare, such as private hospitals, you'll have to pay for it. So you do have to put money aside still, although I am aware of how fortunate I am to be in a place that is governed, that uses Medicare, and I cannot believe I've seen some people having to put aside so much money just for having to go to the hospital for something minor. And my heart really goes out to those people. I really wish you luck, and I hope you find a way to do that, because my hat goes out to you. I can't even imagine having to pay off all that. I have a heart condition, and I've been in hospital many times, and I am pretty sure if I lived anywhere else, I would be in forever debt just because of the fact that my body failed me at birth. Anyway, miscellaneous expenses, travel. I don't travel anywhere, so this is fine for me. But then anyway, you total up all your expenses, you total your total income, you write them here. Income, this is your planned expenses, so before you start spending your money, you plan what you need to spend, and then you can write a savings goal. Then you can actually look at what you did spend during the week or the month, however you're doing it. And then you can see, okay, this is where I really need to improve. I need to stop buying a Big Mac meal 4 times a week. That is really unhealthy. That is not good for my bank account. And then you can do that for next time. You can write that as a goal. So yeah, I really like budget planners. They're really fun to write in. I'll just show you an example where I've used one. All right, this was April, 8th of April 2021. My goal was to save $100 that fortnight. So I had money from work, my use allowance, and then I pawned off some products at cash converters, so I got money for some things. And I wrote down my rent, my utilities, everything like that. I didn't total anything, I don't know why. Oh yes, I did. My income was $1,925. My expenses was $1,374. So my savings was actually $550. And then my focused area for improvement was don't buy anything unless I've planned for it. And I knew that I had upcoming purchases such as kitchen utensils. I needed a side table. That's because I just moved out by this point. I had literally moved out by 6 days. I moved out on the 2nd. But yeah, these planners are really, really essential in my life. This is what I use to organize my funds before I do my cash stuffing videos. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. I really hope that this has shown you many ways that you can make small changes in your life to make the most of your income and save the most money you can. We are all the main character of our own lives. Now let's make our own lives amazing, the best we can be. Let's remove ourselves from debt. Let's make the best decisions we possibly can and take control of our finances. Whether we're way behind or you're already ahead, I really wish you the best, and I hope this video has helped you. So thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button down below, and also check out my Instagram. I've just made a Hope Budget Instagram account, and I'll be posting some cute pictures and give you some behind the scenes, all that good stuff. And can I just say, we made it to 300 subscribers. I cannot believe it. I remember when I made this channel, I was like, oh, you know, I'll probably just be the only one watching my videos. There's no way people would actually find my channel. But no, I actually am blown away. I cannot believe we've made it this far. So thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Anyway, have a wonderful week, and I shall see you guys on Thursday with my next cash stuffing. Bye guys.